Hello everyone, welcome back to me. Today I will present about relative clause. Before I start the presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Krisna Dewi from class A2 Denpasar. Okay, let's move to the material. What is relative clause? Relative clause or adjective clause is part of sentence used to describe a noun. A relative clause consists of a relative pronoun followed by an independent sentence. Relative pronoun like who, whom, which, that, and whose. Relative pronoun is used to introduce a relative clause. Who relates to people or subject, whom relates to people or whom, which relate to animals and object, that relates to people, animals, and things, whose refers to possession, where refers to place, when refers to time, why refers to reason, and what refers to things. Relative clause. Relative clause is clause that function to explain nouns, the emergence of a clause that begins with the word which. For the example, the boy with the blue jacket is my boyfriend. There are two kinds of relative clause. The first is defining clause. Defining relative clause carry essential information because they identify which thing or person we are talking about and they are used without commas. Non-defining clause. Non-defining relative clause are used between commas and they add extra information which is not necessary to know who or what we are talking about. Defining a relative clause without commas. For the example, the girl who stole the bag has been arrested. There are girl who has been arrested and girl in the sentence is the one who stole the bag. So it makes more clear. Non-defining relative clause between commas. For the example, the girl who stole the bag has been arrested. There is only a girl has been arrested and the sentence just mentioned if she is the one who stole the bag. So it's just additional information. Defining relative clause can use that. In defining relative clause, we can use that instead of which or who. For the example, number one is she is a girl who came with Adi. Number two is she is a girl that came with Adi. A non-defining relative clause can use that. In non-defining relative clause, we can use that instead of which or who. For the example, number one, the girl who was drunk came with Adi is the correct one, and the girl that was drunk came with Adi is wrong. Defining relative clause can be omitted. We can omit who or which or that when they followed by subject plus verb. For the example, do you like the song which I wrote? Non-defining relative clause can be omitted. We can omit it who or which. For the example, they introduced me to John, who I like immediately is the correct one, and they introduced me to John. I like immediately is wrong. Okay, thank you for watching this video.